Now we're going to work on the other kind of turnout I mentioned, where we're standing on top. So we're going to start in what we call, so that was called second position. This is called first position, where we're just standing with our feet turned out. And nominally our heels are touching, but it depends on your leg, right? Some people's legs are what we call hyperextended in the back, so their calves touch, but their heels don't touch. Some people's legs are not hyperextended. So don't worry if your heels are not touching, but generally we say our heels are touching, right? Just be reasonable. Okay, so look at my feet. This is the arch here. See? And our feet work like a bridge, right? Just like arches in a cathedral, arch is a very strong type of shape. So we have an arch here, we put weight on it, and the arch can support that weight. Now, if you put too much weight on it, that arch can fall flat, okay? So what we want to do, we want to build our feet up so they're strong, so they have these strong arches, so they can support our weight. And so when we stand, you know, if you step in a puddle of paint and then you step on the ground, you should only see paint kind of on the side, because all this part under your arch is not actually touching the ground. So there's my arch, and I'm standing on it. I can't see it now. I can't see the screen. There I am standing on that arch, putting weight on my foot. And you can see when I put weight on the foot, it changes shape actually. So there I put weight on the foot, it changes shape. The arch gets a little smaller. That's natural, right? That's natural, okay? There's the arch, okay? So when we stand in first position now, we don't want to do this. This is called pronation. See how I'm kind of falling into my arch? That puts a lot of strain on this part of the ankle, and you can develop tendonitis, and that is not something you want going on. So one reason we pronate, if our feet are just weak, we will pronate, but we also pronate if we're trying to turn out as much as we can. You see, if I'm what we call forcing my turnout, then you see I start pronating my foot, right? And we don't want to be pronating our foot habitually. Now, of course, we do pronate skating, right? Because we want to get on the inside edge, that outside edge. That's a part of the technique, right? That's skating. But if we're not explicitly needing to pronate our ankle to get on a particular edge, we want to be lifting our arches. And so you can actually practice even. See here, I'm lifting. I'm not curling my toes, right? I'm not going to curl my toes. I'm going to leave my toes long. I want to leave my toes nice and long, like this on the floor. We can practice lifting our arch, even putting weight on. Here I'm standing on one foot, and I can even lift that arch. Okay. So now when we stand in first position, see, we lift our whole body, and that starts with our arches. We lift through our pelvis. We lift through our midsection, our core, our torso, okay? And then when we plie, that's what we call bending our knees, we call it plie. When we plie, you see those arches stay lifted, okay? So even though we're skating, those feet are inside boots, but just because they're inside boots doesn't mean, like, you know, out of sight, out of mind. We still need to work our feet inside our boots, and we can still lift our arches when they're inside our boots, and develop strong feet, strong, healthy feet. So this exercise we're going to do is now plie in first position, and we're practicing our rotation in our hips. We're practicing holding, lifting our arches up and holding our arches up. We're also practicing turning our legs in and out in the pocket. So that's like this, okay? So we're in first position. Now in skating, in ballet we just turn out, but in skating we turn out and turn in. For example, if I'm standing here and I want to strike onto a backwards outside edge, I need to turn this right foot in and then push off onto it, okay? So we need to be able to turn in and turn out. So we're going to practice. So just stand in first position, lift up through here, make yourself tall, like someone's pulling the back of your head up toward the sky with the string and also pulling your pelvis down. Flatten that lower back. Keep breathing like we practiced. And now I'm turned out. See, I can just rotate. See how much you can rotate. Now rotate without moving anything else, like this. Now that's how much I can rotate without moving anything else, how much I can rotate in. There. Nothing else moves, just rotating my leg in the socket. So I'm going to try rotating, and now I can move a few more things because I want to really get that foot parallel with the bar, okay? So both are fine, but I want you to think about, first you rotate just as much as you can, and then you allow the rest of your body to get involved. So we can do that kind of rotation, and we can also rotate on our heels, right? We do that skating. We rotate on our heels backwards, on our heels and the balls of our feet. Various kinds of 3 turns, brackets, some we do on our balls of our feet, some we do on our heels, okay? So now it's a coordination thing because the left and the right are doing different things. So one on the ball, one on the heel, like this. Boom, boom. Now we switch, go the other way. And see, I'm traveling to the left. And now I reverse it. I'm traveling to the right. So this is kind of a really cool little thing to do. Impress your friends at the next dance party you're at. So we're going to do demi-plie, demi-plie, then we're going to rise. So that we're just going to push. Again, we want strong feet, strong ankles. So, right, we want to be able to have our feet lift our entire body just with those foot and ankle muscles. No knees involved here. I'm just using my feet, my ankles, my calf muscles. Now, we're going to do it with 2 feet. Now, when you go up, I don't want you to go like this. See, that's what we call sickling our foot. And see, now I'm not on the ball of my foot, I'm on the outside. So when we rise, we actually push. Think of like pushing your heels forward as we rise turned out, okay? We're not going to talk about that more here. So we're going to do plie, plie, rise, plie, plie, rise. And we're going to go through this. Turn out, turn in, turn out, turn in, turn out, turn in, turn out, turn in, turn out. Then we're going to do the same thing, demi-plie and rise. But this time we're going to go forward to the side and then forward to the other side.